I'm back. Long form content. We back on it. Welcome back to the Never Famous podcast, the best upcoming pod on the planet. We back at it. Long form, baby. It's the
Yes,
best
sir.
form.
Yes, sir.
I guess we'll start with something kind of
A little something, a little
easy.
light.
Easy.
I don't got my glasses on, but I think you put an M. Yeah, it's an N.
Me alone.
Yeah. She still a guy. How old is she? What am my theory hitting for? She got to be over 50.
Think so?
Yeah, she been outside for a minute. 53. Yeah, she still looks solid.
And cheat.
Respectfully.
Most men cheat because
that's fascinating to me.
it's so gross.
I personally, this is my quote: "Real don't cheat."
You don't think so?
Hell no,
I kind of understand what
They
you
do
mean
not.
when you say that.
they do not.
I understand what you mean when you
It's
say that.
something in us
Yeah.
that makes us want to be right
Yes.
across the board.
So they also say he was dirty Megan because, like I said, she's firstly divorced, but because she got cheated on by her former husband.
He said, hell no.
He said he put himself right there. He said, us, the real ones. You know what I'm saying? This is how we carry it. She lived right up. She was fucking with
man,
it.
Jeezy's definitely dirty Megan. I could tell by his whole demeanor, the way he's just carrying himself in this conversation.
And that's a public carry back. That's like I really don't care at all. Like, what's up? Like, you see me outside, what's up? Like,
I feel like he sounds exactly like what a guy would say to this girl that he's been trying to get with for the longest, and she just got cheated on, just dumped her boyfriend. Like, what?
this when she take all the pictures down and all that shit.
I can't believe he did such. No, come here. That's what I see within this conversation right off the bat. He's definitely dirty Megan for sure.
You gotta be careful with the quote unquote friends.
Like, you don't like.
The-
Is it
the
just me?
girl
Like,
guy friends.
that's the energy that I'm getting from him. Like the whole,
I mean, he not wrong though, because they saying it's dirty Megan, but I don't think he don't owe Email Doku nothing. If they not friends or nothing, no. Like they both single, they grown, so they
Right.
can do whatever they want.
Well, all right. So
This is a little
same.
wild, but-
Sticking to what was being talked about, do you think that all men cheat or real men don't cheat?
No, all men don't cheat, man. Define real.
That's yeah.
I'm a real person. Like, you can touch. You know what I'm saying? You can touch me. Like,
I'm not transparent.
yeah.
It's not a
so
hologram.
I guess it depends on the
What you think,
definition
bro?
of the word.
I think it depends on what's the context. I'm going off like 20 seconds. So I don't know, one, what happened prior to the conversation and right after, like where was it going and where was it coming?
They
I
made
don't
it real
know.
clickbaity.
I think it all depends. I feel like if a man is on his grind and is after his own shit, like trying to get shit done, I don't know how you even have time to cheat. Like that's the way I view it. I feel like it'll be too much energy, too much effort. I feel like having a wife alone plus like kids and a family and you trying to be the best man that you can there, trying to deal with a whole other woman also and a whole set of emotions and everything else that comes with dealing with women. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't know.
I mean, you make a strong point, but then when it gets to a point where the man feels like there's lacking in some areas and whatnot, like they'll find a time, no matter how busy you may be. Like
No,
it's
I
that
think it
strong,
depends
you
on
know
how
what I
you
mean?
say it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it depends on what he calls a real man. Like I don't know. Like if you're lacking, if it gets to the point that something is terrible, then you're lacking as a man too. Because why haven't you communicated it? Why haven't you had conversations? Why haven't you kind of voiced whatever it is you think you're missing and made it aware?
On the context that it wasn't communicated or voiced.
Well, if there's no change or no nothing, then there's a whole nother issue. It's a whole different set of issues that you got to work on.
I agree with what he said. Like real men don't cheat. Like I personally know some good men that are married, that really focus and put all their time and effort into their family, their kids, their wife. Like I see them and I can tell, like, yeah, this guy won't do that.
That don't mean he not cheating, man.
No, I can strongly say that that's not the case. It's not. What I can say is that I don't know a lot
Yeah, bro,
of them, but
I'm saying
I do agree with that statement. Like real men don't cheat. But I feel like when you say that out loud, there's gonna be a bunch of people, like especially women, like, that's
Yeah, because he might not cheat, but he might be way worse. He might do way fouler shit to her. So
true.
that still make him a real man.
But also, there's also different forms of cheating. So like what one might consider cheating, one somebody else might not.
I cheat on my wife every other day when she's sleeping, in her dreams and shit. Like that shit just happens. It just comes.
It took me a second. He had to like unravel that. I don't know if he could like he was looking at, but I'm like, my head. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what the fuck? He had to.
Has your wife ever
He
like
started at the end of that shit and just.
Has your wife ever like try to come at you like, oh, you cheated?
She'd be waking up mad at me and shit. I'm like, I'm sleeping right next to you, so.
Yo, how do you even like? How do you respond to that? Like,
that's what I mean.
Has
it's
that
like
ever
women.
happened to you? You never had a dream that's like affected you emotionally after you woken up, like and then like negative or positive?
Yeah. Like those are the type of dreams that feel real. Like you couldn't really depict that it was a dream.
Yeah, like it takes you some time to be like, well, that shit didn't even really happen. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Those are the crazy ones.
But I've definitely woke up mad. But I'm as a guy, you can't say that. Like you can't be mad about a fucking dream. We're not allowed to do some shit like that.
Right. Like so I have no control over that.
Bro, I saw her fucking take out all this pipe from dude. I said, oh my god, I was mad as shit when I woke up. This shit was sleeping, just snoring. I just wanted the two-piece, but I was like, man, you can't be mad, bro.
Just put a pillow over it. That sucks though. I know that I've had dreams like that before, and that's oh my gosh. But it felt so real. But you know, I actually wonder now, like, okay, she, her husband cheated on her, right?
Yeah.
What was there something lacking in that relationship, or did she have a part to play in that?
Man, motherfuckers just be cheating, bro.
Now, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit because I know you sent me the thing about Aiden Ross apparently spending a whole bunch of money trying to buy an unreleased song. Apparently, he said that he spent $200,000 buying a song. Who was it for? Who was
Kanye and Travis Scott.
Kanye and Travis Scott.
Travis.
Yeah, and then it was an AI song.
That's the AI joint.
Yeah, some of them AI songs be sounding good, bro. I done heard some. I'm like, whoa.
And that made me think of the whole shit going on with Bad Bunny, and he's going off on his fans and everyone.
Tell me some
over an AI phone. So this is the messages he put on his WhatsApp channel. So legit, this is what he said. So it's in Spanish. So fucking, I gotta translate. He put this message out to his fans. So he has a channel with like 20 million people on it. So this is what he just writes directly to his fans. So he don't be posting on social media and shit. He just talks through this shit. And he's like, if you like this shitty song that's going viral on TikTok, then leave this group right now. You do not deserve to be my friend. And for this same reason, I made the new album to get rid of people like you. So like Choo Choo, get out of here. So pretty much what he's saying is the whole thing about the new album he released is going back to the old Bad Bunny. And part of the reason he's doing it is to get rid of those old fans, those new fans that came with a new style of music he was making with the last couple of albums.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, like if you're really my fan, you're gonna appreciate this old school Bad Bunny kind of music. And then somebody went ahead and used AI to make a song with him, Justin Bieber, and Daddy Yankee on it. And it's been going crazy on TikTok. And like everybody that's been cheering it on happens to be predominantly like Gen Z and younger kids that like the song. They're like, oh, this shit is better than his album and so on. And it makes sense because the song that the guy made sounds more like the little happy-go-lucky Bad Bunny that you heard like in the last few years, not the same like trap Bad Bunny that we were used to back in like 2016, 17. That's and really what the new album is. Yeah. Here, we can react to it. I have the whole song.
Yeah.
Well, okay, before we play the song, I think that's kind of some bullshit though, because just because I'm a fan of you doesn't mean I have to like everything you put out.
Right.
And that's what he's saying. He's not saying you have to like it. But he's saying is if you like something that's not even me, it's somebody else pretending to be me.
Yeah.
And then you're going on and saying this is better than the real Bad Bunny.
You're not a fan. That's some not
yeah,
fan shit.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, that's some not fan shit.
I
I
was
agree
looking
with
at
him.
it. I was looking at it at an angle from like, oh, look, okay, I know it's not him, but this is like low key fire. Like,
No, because
but
a lot of what people were saying in the comments and shit is like, oh, this sounds better than him, and this proves that anybody can be a singer. But in my mind, this shit defeats the entire purpose of if he didn't exist, why would this person try to recreate him with AI?
It's based off of
exactly.
him.
Correct.
Right. That's crazy. AI is taking over the world.
Let's get into this. I kind of just want to hear Bad Bunny's part. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like 50 seconds. The Justin Bieber shit is terrible.
Very.
Yeah, I had to say that because I know the listeners are like, yo, please don't make us have to skip.
But the reason I think is because he did it in Spanish. Whoever made this took Justin Bieber's tone and voice and then wrote it in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this, right off the bat, it was just like cringy to me. I'm not understanding how this is hot right now so far, but whatever.
That's because you're not used to listening to Justin Bieber talk Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I just said just play me the Bad Bunny part because
It's like it's 8 seconds.
I agree with him. If you like this shit, you're not his fan. I agree with him because this shit is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
They think that just because you can just put his tone of voice, his vocals, whatever it's called, over those same kind of like reggaeton beats that shit is good. Fuck no, that shit is terrible.
Terrible,
That
bro.
shit was hot garbage. If
I'm
you
not
like that
under-
shit, you're not a real fan of Bad Bunny, and you're not like you don't honestly like you don't know what good music is. I'm gonna keep it a book. I'm not the judge
A
of
lot
good
of
music,
people
but
don't know
that
good
shit
music
sucks.
nowadays.
That
I'm
shit
still
sucks.
I'm not understanding it. I don't see it. I don't see how this is like good or catchy or
Like it's
anything.
his. Well, you haven't gotten to the hook. I guess let's listen to the hook and then we can.
It's fucking
Rue's trying to
terrible.
give it a chance.
No, I'm not giving it a chance. I like
Okay.
No, go ahead.
So that's roughly it. I think a couple things. It is his voice. Like you can definitely hear, like it's his tone of voice, but you can see that whoever did this, they did it all with references from 2 albums ago, because it has the same cadence he had in that album, and like they didn't change it, and that's something that he does very well. Is that when he goes from one album to the next, he'd be switching his cadence and style of rapping in a song, and like you can see, he's like, oh, you're like that new kind of a fan of Bad Bunny, of like the soft kind of happy party music kind of Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Now, from a perspective of good music, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know who did it technically, but I can tell you he's not Puerto Rican. Guaranteed, whoever wrote it is not Puerto Rican.
Oh yeah.
Well, technically, wouldn't it be AI that wrote this?
No, it was somebody who used AI to make the song.
But they wrote the song themselves?
Supposedly, I'm guessing. Even if it was AI or if it was somebody writing it using AI to replicate the voice, because replicating the voice with AI is very easy.
Yeah.
Like I can take like 10 seconds of you talking and I can make a whole speech of you talking.
What about the Daddy Yankee portion? Was that
It sounded like Daddy Yankee too, but lyrics is just.
Don't ask him about that because do not play that shit.
But what I'm gonna say is like lyrically, they're using words that I know Puerto Rican people won't say, especially in Spanish. Like you just won't say it that way. If I had to take a guess, whoever made this was probably like Colombian or some shit.
Yeah, I was thinking
trying to write like a Puerto Rican. Fuck, I'm gonna have to fucking Google this now.
Hold on. All right. Well, while you Google that, I'm gonna shit on it some more. That shit was terrible.
I definitely want to shit on it some more.
But you know what though? Because there is. I have heard the Drake. There's like a Drake and Weekend AI joint. That's probably the only one good AI song that I actually that I heard that I knew was AI. That I was like, oh, this is not that bad.
Right.
But so it's like, all right, it is a little scary, but they can't fully replicate like the songs that I think that we
Oh,
love
he's from
most.
Chile.
For example,
Chile?
or
Yeah, that's
the,
it. I told you he was
yeah,
on
that
Puerto
makes
Rican for
sense.
sure.
Where the wordplay was off a little bit.
Yeah.
He probably gonna have a crazy lawsuit
Now,
after this.
this is something that I think is interesting because I think technically there's nothing you can sue him for.
Really?
But I think this is gonna start changing some laws. Like this is probably gonna be precedent. Because as soon as like Bad Bunny started writing in the chat, like they dropped the song from Apple Music. It's probably going from Spotify, still on YouTube. But technically, the copyright is on the lyrics, and since Bad Bunny didn't write the lyrics, he technically has not broken any laws. You get what I mean?
The label's gonna.
So what I
Because he
think,
might be the first. He might be that one person. Because there's always that one person that breaks through and like does they shit or whatever, and then everybody after that is fucked. And he
Right.
might be fucked too. Because as you like you stealing a whole person.
but you don't know if you're stealing a whole person. Because what I'm saying is, so there's a couple things that go through in my mind.
And he's titling it as Bad Bunny. I'm sorry to cut you off. He's titling it as of Justin Bieber, Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee.
He used
like that's
their
some,
name.
But
Exactly.
how is that different than somebody doing a cover of a song? Because there's people that sound like people and they pretend and they do like tours and do concerts and shit, singing other people's music. Do you know what I mean?
One of them.
But I think that's a little different. Like, cause you know that's not them. Like this person is portraying some other shit. I feel like they're using their likeness.
Can you copyright the voice? Because he's using their voice.
I think that's what's probably gonna end up happening. Somehow, somewhere, you're gonna end up either copywriting, trademarking. I don't even know what you would qualify it, and how do you
crazy?
And how do you prove that this is my voice, this is my tonality? Because there's people that just happen to sound like other people. So that's going to be interesting to see what will happen, like from a court perspective. Like, how do you regulate this in a way that can be sustainable? Because with Bad Bunny, he has a very distinct voice style.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be easy. But then there's people that sound, it sounds bad to say, but they sound cookie cutter. You know what I mean? Like they, like you will hear them, and then you hear somebody else sing, and be like, "Oh, you sound alike."
Yeah.
So like, I have no idea how you will do this legally, but it may be the beginning of a very interesting, weird legal battle. Yeah.
But wasn't Drake doing something about this legal wise? Like, wasn't he?
Well, there's a few people, because there's already been a few actors who they've used their likeness for like ads and shit in other countries. Like you have the face of like Bruce Willis, I think, was one of them. So this is creating a whole interesting dynamic, which I'm like, oh, this is part of the shit with AI that we're just hitting the little top of everything that's coming with AI, and we're starting to like see how scary this could be. Because I'm like, and this is just a song. Imagine if somebody made up some shit where he's selling something extremely terrible.
Right.
Or if you wanted to hurt him, you reach out to, I don't know, to like a minor and then send voice notes or shit pretending to be an artist or something. You know what I mean? Like this is the kind of shit that can really become really, really sinister if somebody thinks about it. That was like, oh, like you can go down a very, very dark place.
There's always gonna be.
I've seen ads about that. Like I've seen ones with like Shaq, and I thought it was actually him talking about whatever it was that was being sold. Like I've seen it on like clips on YouTube. I've seen Shaq, even The Rock. They was using his voice, and I had to look at it a couple of times. I'm like, wait a minute, and even like they even make it to where it looks like that's what they're saying in wherever area that they're in. But you can tell that it was edited and the lips are moving. And it's not even matching the words that are being said, but they use their voice.
So I'm saying I think we all gonna end up on X and shit. Everybody gonna have like it's gonna be an official, like a way that everybody's like officially certified, like how they the blue check or whatever. But like this is you verified with like your fucking your DNA, your fingerprint or some shit. Like
that's
it's gonna then everything is just gonna run through all one official thing.
Like right now, I would tell people as of November 9th, 2023, I don't believe shit that's not video. And even video can be extremely manipulated nowadays.
That's true.
But like making an audio that sounds like someone is too easy. It's like a $3 app, and you just need a reference of like us. We have so much audio just from here alone that anybody can just take our voice and make it into whatever they want. Like it's easy.
Don't say that too loud on the mic, cuz.
Everybody knows this shit. Right?
I didn't know that.
See,
But I don't be out here trying to do wild shit. That's probably why I don't know. Like people be telling me about like crazy shit. I'm like, no, I don't be. I never thought about doing no like fucked up shit like that. Why would I want to do that? Not to say that you have,
No.
but you know,
Well, I
that's
do
why
it for
I haven't
work.
thought about it.
I do it for work. Like I feel like it's one of those shits. Like right now, if we're not talking about AI and like learning how to use it, you're gonna be left behind. Like this is a whole new set of jobs that becoming available. So, and I use it for work every day. Like it's just makes shit easier, it makes it faster. So if you're not using it from that aspect, it kind of sucks. So like there's the good, there's the bad, and I think that comes with any new piece of technology. Like social media when it started, it was just people connecting, and now look where we are. Like you can go down a very, very dark rabbit hole based on social media and the impact it's had on
Like
society.
a bunch of hoes.
Well, it has the positive. That can be viewed as a positive or maybe a very negative.
there's
Maybe
an
that's one
AI.
of
There's an AI with that too, where like it talks to the girls for you. I think there was like a was it Tinder or Hinge? I remember seeing something about that where it just talks to the girls for you, and the guy was showing his results, and it was actually getting them dates. Like he was pulling.
I ain't
Well,
gonna
the
lie.
AI was pulling.
The AI might pull for me on the app, and then I'll do the work like on the pull up. You know what I'm saying? But I might have to, yo, bro,
Yeah, but
send that shit, whatever that shit. I need that. My DM game is trash, bro.
but when they meet
Super
you in
trash.
person, be like, "Oh, you seem different. You don't."
Yeah, I'm a lot more confident. Yeah, I'm a lot nicer. Yup. I don't know how the AI is gonna make me seem, but I gotta read it. I gotta make sure.
Mm. You think AI will depend on it so much that well, here's how I see it. I think that we're gonna depend on it so much that we're not gonna be able to really what I want to say express ourselves creatively on our own, like get things done on our own. Like, oh, we could just type something up and then boom, it gets it done. But do you really know how to do it yourself? I mean, granted, yes, like it's a great tool, you don't want to be left behind, but like, is it, and we see it as such a
not
powerful
necessarily
tool
because I feel like
because
well,
you're becoming so dependent on it.
sort of because I'm like at the point where I see when something's already written with AI and it's only been out for a few months. Like I can already recognize the patterns of how AI be doing shit. Like when I see people's social media posts, I know exactly when somebody wrote it with themselves or AI did it. Like
Mm.
it becomes very easy to recognize. But I get it. Most people are not involved with it every day. Um,
So it's like, how would you grow in a skill depending so much on AI? You know what I mean?
They probably said the same shit when cars first came out. Like, yo, motherfuckers gonna stop walking. Like, they gonna stop doing
no,
all
like
this other shit.
imagine the people that used to race horses to sell them.
They had to be heated. They're like, oh my god, our whole industry is done. Like this, oh, and that because that was such a, and it's not even a racehorse. It's like a people with just carriages, like regular
Yeah.
people were using.
A form of transportation.
And then think about how many people probably killed themselves in a car. Because back then, it's not like you had a seatbelt. It's not like you had airbags. It's not like you had roads.
That's
I
true.
was talking about that today. That you see this whole shit, and then it takes time for things to be like commissioned for like I don't know the correct word to use, but like for them to be like
For infrastructure to be
yeah
built
to really
around
be
it.
set. And then I think that's what's going to take some time to happen with the internet. But it's moving at such a fast pace that like I don't nothing else has ever affected us like this quickly, like so fast over such a
Yeah,
short
and I
amount of
think
time.
that's the part that's scary because I feel like right now you have the internet that moves so quickly, and we still haven't really figured out a way to regulate it
This shit is moving
accordingly.
at like 50
You get what I
years to
mean?
like 1 human year.
Like that's the part, and now AI is gonna move so much faster. And that part that I'm scared, I'm like, and I don't want to bring too much of politics into it. The people that are freaking making decisions about it do not comprehend what they have supposed to be making decisions or laws or regulations on. But then if you're living in this world and we're choosing to participate in it, then you gotta fucking learn it. Like just yesterday, I saw a freaking job post. It was like, hey, I'm looking for an AI to generate images. You just gotta generate 50 images a month for a movie, 3-month project, $70,000.
Wait. Hold on. What?
Yes.
You see, I ain't gonna lie, this motherfucker. I get that. Yo, what you doing after this? You trying to hang out? I like this is like throwing my little game out there. Like, man, I'm about to quit my fucking job. Cuz go learn some AI shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's things out there that you have to, like, if you don't get on board and you learn it now and you start resenting it and you be like, yo, AI is taking my job, and you get so stuck in like on the fact that it's taking your job, you can be learning how to become the best person at freaking prompting the AI and be the one that they come to. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of stuff that AI can let you do. Like it sucks. Like it's not any different than when the freaking industrial revolution happened. Like a lot of people got displaced But then we found new jobs. Now we have tools that new people have to use. I think it's going to be the same shit with AI. But I do think we are going to go through a very scary period where we don't comprehend or understand it. And a lot of people are going to be affected, one like losing their job and shit. So they're going to have to transition. So it's going to be a
lot of digital
interesting time.
creators lost their jobs because of AI,
I'm
like digital
creator.
art.
Them motherfuckers is lazy and they overcharge motherfuckers. They deserve it. And the ones that's good is around. You know what I'm saying? They still working. Maybe I'm being a little harsh on the motherfuckers. But
I don't
I'm
know.
like, man, you want what for what, bro? You don't even know what you're doing for real.
My boy,
Bum ass flyer, but you.
my boy the other day was showing me he was using the AI tool where he was just generating different like logo. He even generated one for like the podcast. I'm like, oh, that looks dope. And he told me where it was from. It was AI generated. I'm like, oh, and then you literally type whatever it is that you want, and it'll generate it for you in the way that you want it, which is great in a matter of seconds. Like stuff where it will take people like may take people hours. He literally did it in a matter of seconds, and he like had mad examples, like mad images to show.
Yeah.
Sit for like shirt ideas or logos, things like that. I'm like, wow. And I could just imagine like all those people that actually, make a business out of this, that actually take their time to
Well, that's what I
create
mean.
these
It
things.
just takes effort. I don't
Yeah,
even think it's like, 'cause how many people do you know that will be like, oh, I'm gonna start a clothing brand and they never started? And there's
right,
probably a bunch of people that are like playing with AI doing designs, but they still don't put it on a shirt.
right,
Like,
right.
I don't think it's gonna be much different from that perspective. And I think there was already a court case that says you cannot trademark anything generated by AI. So it's not because it wasn't generated by a human. So there's a legality piece. Like, cool, you made it, but now anybody can technically sell it. So it creates this weird dynamic of, you know what I mean?
I
So
didn't know that. That's
Yeah, I didn't
interesting.
know that either. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna use that, but then now I'm like, wait, I can't use
now
that.
it's only been one case so far, but that's how the judge ruled. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're in interesting times. We just gotta adapt. Don't try to get stuck with it, and don't stop to freaking complain because I feel like we complain so much.
Yo,
This
who you
wokeness
be
experience.
around that just be complaining all the time? Maybe just 'cause I don't be around
You
that
want me
much
to point
people.
out every time you guys complain?
Damn, he's coming at
I
us.
be complaining. I'm gonna keep it a beat. Like I don't feel like
No, because I'm gonna say it because I think sometimes
Can you do that with me? Do that with
we've
me.
gotten so used to it that we don't realize when we
All
complain.
right, yeah, bet. Do that with me.
All right.
Facts. Call me
Like
out.
I would just call it out because I think we live in a society right now that the first reaction oftentimes to things are finding the way to say is something else's or someone else's fault in some way.
I feel like I feel like I'll take accountability for my shit. Damn, all right. You know what I'm saying?
I
Some
could say
self-reflection.
I could say I take accountability, but there's times where I don't take full accountability and I don't really realize it. But
I know. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not. Sometimes it's not even our fault. I think it's just part of like
human,
societally, like we just ingrained that shit
the
into
programming.
our being.
No, but I think all people like that, cause these old heads don't take no accountability. They was wilding.
None at all.
Bro. This shit, I feel like right now is the most accountability we probably ever taken for ourselves.
Who?
As humans, as a race, as a society, yeah, hell yeah.
In which way?
Bro, these motherfuckers used to kill each other with swords and then go home and just have dinner and shit. Like, all right, we vibing.
Bro, right now we're killing each other with a freaking drone from Vegas, bombing a whole other country and going back home and eating dinner like I was just playing a video game.
Or shooting up places.
Well, I'm not, but I get what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is that I think from a perspective of, I think we're quote unquote least violent, but I think it's just human nature. I think it's part of the animal nature of being a human involves some kind of violence in such a way, and we tried to ignore it, and creating hierarchies just comes.
Yeah,
like,
it always happens.
Yeah.
Whenever you get people up.
So I don't think
you often find yourself complaining. You ever catch yourself complaining
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that in that moment? Like,
don't be a pussy. I tell myself it's like pretty much.
There you go.
Like when it's like, oh, it's like 5. I'm like, gotta get up. It's 5 a.m. and I hit the alarm and then I hit snooze. By the second time, I'm like, fuck, why the fuck am I hitting snooze? So I'm cursing myself out. Like, get the fuck up.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Push yourself.
Oh, but you shouldn't talk to yourself like that. You gotta.
What do you mean? Like,
you gotta be gentle. I'm not saying this.
Like sometimes it takes that. And I don't mean like I'm always like cursing, but like sometimes that's how I have to tell myself. When I don't want to hear it, that's how I have to say it. So I'm like, it's almost like a jolt.
Yeah.
You gotta be gentle with yourself, but not at that time. Like I agree with him. Like you gotta at that time you gotta push yourself. You gotta hit like whatever you gotta tell yourself to get yourself out of that bed and push yourself because you know you gotta get it done or it's not getting done. So, but then sometimes we do need to be more gentle with ourselves, but just not with that shit. With that, you got.
So in what areas should we be gentle with ourselves then?
Like I don't know, just some shit we should be softer with ourselves, but like we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves about some like some of the situations, some of the things that we go through. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself about it, but you should also take accountability and like, all right, damn, I can't be mad. Like, all right, that shit happened. Fuck it, like whatever it is, what it is. But let me make sure it doesn't happen again, and let me just push through it. So I feel like it's both sides. But
I don't know. I
can't
feel
be
like
super tough on
there's
yourself about
moments
it.
for
you
it.
can't dwell in it.
Yeah, there's like I feel like there's moments where you have to take action that you cannot stop to dwell on the emotion at the moment when you need to be taking action.
Facts.
Now, when you have a lull or a time where it's like, all right, now I need to like balance myself, or I need to check, or I'm like, oh, I need a break, then those are the moments when you take a break and hold. Like
That's when the moments you need like yourself with yourself, pretty much. Like
not just solving yourself. Like, cause I feel like, cause I'm the type, like I know I mentioned oftentimes, like, oh, like I said, man, you shouldn't always react of emotions, but you need to understand your emotions in order to do that. But I like what I mean is like in the moment, if I'm heated, I need to learn how to not react to that heatedness.
Right.
But then I'm like, after the fact, I need to be able to go back and think about what caused me to get so heated.
so mad.
You know what I mean? And like process it and be like, was it justified? Or no, there wasn't really a reason. Why did it get to me? Whatever the case might be, you need to be able to process that and think about it. So you need a little bit of both. I don't know. I think that's part of being a man too.
It's a part of growth, though.
That's funny because this morning that's exactly what I said to myself. Get your ass up. Like I woke up at 5 and I was about to hit that snooze. Matter of fact, no. I woke up like around 2. I couldn't get a full night's rest. I haven't been able to for some reason. I think I need a new mattress for real. But in my head, I'm like, damn, if I can't fall asleep again before 5, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the gym. I don't know. And I want to say probably like maybe 30 minutes before 5 is when I started like being half asleep. And I even almost heard myself snoring a little bit. And then boom, the alarm goes off. And I'm like,
you gotta tell yourself, don't be a pussy. You'd have got up, bro. That wouldn't have happened.
I was like,
bro, he'd have been right at the gym.
I was like, nah. I didn't get no sleep, bro. I need to get sleep. And then I was like, nah. Take your ass to the gym. Let's go. Come on. And then I went. And even at the gym, I was like, nah, one more set.
There was some baddies over there?
Nah.
That's the worst. I hate when
But that's okay. I'm okay with that because it's more focus for me. Like I don't really. I mean, that's not really what I go there for, but it's more focus for me. I'm okay with that.
You gotta do the extra stuff in the baddies there.
I have a video here. It's a different video, so we're gonna take a twist. Oh. And this is like I've been thinking it was like,
can you
has wokeness gone too far?
Has what gone too far?
Wokeness.
Okay.
Let me see. I just want to get you guys' reaction.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Why are you driving in the wrong way of traffic?
No, I just got changed around. I just moved here like 2 months ago.
Okay.
I just got changed around.
Okay. Do you understand what's going on though?
Yes.
You're going into oncoming traffic.
I know, and I just decided that it was better just to turn around really quick. So,
okay.
But I'm sorry. I just have like really bad social anxiety and stuff.
I get you.
I don't want to step out whenever you're asking for stuff.
Okay, well we're past that. Just go ahead and step out.
As an indigenous person.
What? Did she say I'm an indigenous person?
Right back here, please. Miss Perry?
Well, I'm non-binary, so.
Okay. What do you go by?
It's Kai.
How can I refer to you tonight? Kai? Okay. Hey, I'm smelling alcohol.
I know.
How much have you consumed tonight?
Like probably 3 drinks.
I need to run you through some tests right now. Stand facing me, please.
But I just want you to know that I also have very bad social anxiety.
You and me both.
So right now, how many victim cards has she thrown?
So bad. I have
like
really
a
bad
deck, bro.
social anxiety. And I just moved here about 2 months ago.
You driving in the oncoming traffic, dickhead. That shit don't got nothing about you. Like you still in the same country. Like traffic still goes the same way.
I just want to let you know. How many times you gonna let them know the same thing? Like
all I'm gonna say right now, up till this point, the police officer has been super respectful.
Yeah,
very.
Probably way more patient than I might have been. Good thing I'm not a cop. Because he's like, what do you want me to refer to you by? Like, he's respecting everything she's saying. And I'm kind of noticing, like, and it's weird to me because her demeanor kind of says, when I say these things, I should expect you to act different. And probably in other scenarios throughout her life, as soon as she points this out, people shift to cater to her in a different way. You know what I mean?
The cop wasn't playing that.
At least till now, he hasn't. It was like he's still being.
He saw all the bullshit and like
he's like, yeah, we're past that.
Going with, but he's doing his job, but he's making sure to like
he's doing it in a respectful way.
Yeah, going with the bullshit though. Like no, like go ahead.
I was like, okay, yeah, you're not binary, but step over here.
Okay. Any recent head trauma, traumatic brain injuries, anything I need to know about?
Mental, yes.
Focus on my finger, please.
I am.
Mental injury is not a thing. You said head trauma.
Yeah, she said mental illness. Yeah.
No, he said, do you have any head injuries?
No, her response. I'm saying.
Yes. Okay, cool. I was making sure.
You're just like trying to intimidate me.
I don't know how I'm trying to do that.
Pause. Nah.
Bro.
She saw all them shits. This is the least intimidating cop I probably done ever seen in my life, bro. He's.
I even feel safe.
What? He's like, bro, you drunk as hell. You trying hardest to get out this ticket. It's not working, bro. Like, just take fucking DUI, dog. Like,
it's so sad how many cars she's throwing. Like,
it is not working
to the point where it's cringy a little bit. Like
a lot of it, bro. This shit been cringy.
Do that. This is the test.
As you know, as an indigenous person, and there's a bunch of going around, I'm sorry, but it's just for me to be on my toes.
I get you.
Can you remember that I told you that I'm non-binary?
Yeah, I'll try my hardest. I'll refer to you as Kai, right?
Yes.
Perfect. I need to know if you have any injuries or anything that would prevent you from doing a standard walk or turn tonight.
Mental health.
Any physical injuries?
Mental, yeah.
That's not.
But no, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mental, PTSD, depression, anxiety.
Bro, this is so triggering.
These are the kind of people that I try very hard to avoid in life. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
She'll be the type that would just scream out of nowhere if you're making her feel uncomfortable.
You making me uncomfortable. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like,
facts. It's super cringy. I take that back. It's super cringy. Like I can't even.
And it's probably crazier that it is very likely that after this whole interaction, this person probably went on a rant about how they were discriminated against, how she was racially profiled, how she was, I guess, misgendered.
All the things that she tried to get him to do.
Correct.
As an indigenous person.
And what will happen is she's going to tell the story, twist the words in her ways, and then a whole bunch of people are going to be attacking the police and creating even more animosity towards like this kind of scenarios.
My thing is he kept saying physical injuries, physical. Oh yeah, mental illness. That's not physical.
It starts with mental, bro.
I mean, I could tell there's some mental illness going on right now by this video. Like,
I get you.
What else do you want?
Now with your right foot, place it in front of your left in a heel-to-toe touching manner with your arms by your side, just like this, ma'am.
Can you not call me ma'am, please?
I'm trying my hardest.
Okay, well.
Okay.
It means a lot to me.
I'm trying my
I
hardest.
don't feel like a man, so.
Okay.
It's kind of triggering.
Right foot in front of your left. Nope, go back.
I'm sorry, but that whole man thing, just like.
I apologize. Let's see if we can move forward from it. You have 0 questions?
No, but I just want to tell you that I suffer from really bad anxiety, especially with generational trauma and PTSD around.
With the alligator tears sprinkled on top.
The lack of accountability is just crazy. Like, oh my gosh.
And I get it. Like, you can have, because I don't want to dismiss that maybe there are some mental issues. I get it. But I'm almost like, yo, are we creating these things in society to the point that is it truly as bad as she is? Or is it like exaggerated? Because you get like brownie points.
But I thought that shit only worked if it was like there was people around or some shit. Like, I don't like this is not working for her right
I don't
now.
even think if there's people around. I think we're getting to the point that people know, yo, if I say certain things, I can manipulate people.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Crazy.
I can make people to be afraid of maybe do their job. I can make people don't want to like talk to me. And then that becomes a whole different scenario.
If this is not a good example of like today's society lacking accountability, kind of like what we was talking about earlier, the accountability, this right here is a perfect example of that, but like times 10.
Like, it's just
I'm going to speak with you right over here, okay?
no.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and place your hands behind your back.
Don't, dude.
Don't make it hard.
Please.
Don't make it hard.
No,
Don't. You're going to get it.
Pause. Can you put that pause? So she's making a whole ordeal about this whole binary. Oh, don't call me man, but yet she just called him dude. Like she's assuming his gender, isn't she?
Well, he never said he never said he wasn't a man.
No, I'm just saying, like, if this is the rules that you go by, right? Why are you assuming somebody's gender right now? She just called him dude. If we want to play by these rules, am I?
Like,
I'm saying she resisting arrest right now. I mean, I hope they add that.
Right or wrong, though. Right or wrong.
Resisting
like,
arrest.
in my mind, I'm like, you should be asking people. Like, if you're gonna go by those standards, then you should follow those standards.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to get a
I don't.
Don't resist.
Don't.
Listen to me. Don't resist.
Don't. You're being
Come
a
here.
white man and
Come here.
don't. I followed all of your shit. Like, as an indigenous person, like, you guys. You guys are scaring me.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Yes, there is. It's called.
There's nothing to be afraid of. Like, he was putting the pressure. He was sitting aside all the BS she was throwing. Like, yeah, okay, boom. Nah,
He
going to
was
jail today.
He was acknowledging it. Like he went through the whole test. He kind of walked her through every step.
No, yeah,
he was like,
did.
"Oh, I'm gonna try to be respectful. I'm trying very hard to not misgender you."
But yeah, she was doing that.
But she wasn't a him or a he. So like, that's the part I get confused by sometimes.
Yeah,
But
He said a name.
Mm.
Was it Kai or Kai?
Yeah, but then he said, "Ma'am." Like the cop was like, "Oh, ma'am,
like,
please
no,
do this."
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I think that this is what I meant. It's like, are we going too far with the wokeness?
Yes.
Like
Like
this-
3 years ago.
It's been too far, honestly.
The motherfuckers been awake for a minute. Like they gotta actually like close their eyes for a little bit. Like
Be-
they got all these bags and shit. They fucked up. They too woke, bro. Like
Be-
go to sleep.
Yeah, before the pronouns and stuff like that, it's been like that. It's just heightened now, like to the max, as we see in this.
How do you
clip.
change that? Where do we go from here?
Not entertaining it,
Shit is a
I don't
dub.
know what that means.
not entertaining it. But
Yeah,
then you say stuff like that, and that's already
No, I'm gonna
needs
keep
to
it a
get
bean.
canceled.
That's the type. No, I don't give a fuck. That's the type John. I see. Like she could be around me. Somebody bring her around. I'm moving. Like
Oh.
I'm not talking to her the whole time. I'm like, yo, that's your man. And like, all right, that's your man. But I'm cool. Like I'm not trying to hang out with you.
It's just like racism. I remember seeing this clip with Morgan Freeman, and they asked him like, "How do we stop it?" He was like, "Stop talking about it." It's like don't entertain it. It's like if it doesn't exist, this whole pronoun stuff, we don't entertain it.
That might be a little different.
I think it's a little different. So I think what this is gonna create, and it seems like we're even getting here, is that even like in this conversation, I can kind of see it. The whole scenario of a boy who cried wolf kind of mentality.
Yeah, it's already created. This
Like
process
this is what this
years.
is becoming. Like it's going to get to the point. Like there's people that probably truly are suffering from one of these things. To me, it's very hard to believe that you have a list of 12 different things. It's almost like, oh, I have to fit the more victim buckets I can fit in, the higher up the ladder I am. But now most people are just gonna not recognize it or not acknowledge it. So I feel like people will really get hurt, the ones that really deserve extra attention. Or we're gonna go to the point which is once these people start making it into the workforce and they're the ones making decisions and making up rules and making up guidelines and shit.
That's scary.
We're already there. So
Twitter. I don't know who's that exactly. They put everything on Gen Z, but I'm like, I don't even like. If you look at the actual shit, some of these numbers are thrown off a little bit because motherfuckers try to be like, I'm Gen Z, but I don't even think I am. I think I'm
Now,
like a different joint.
you're
26.
probably right on the border. Like Gen Z is like 99 this way, roughly.
Yeah, 97 gang in the building.
I'm on the board. I'm 96.
Yeah, so you might be just like one of the
Yeah,
first
but like, to stay on topic, but like how they were saying with the Twitter shit, that's why they fired a whole bunch of people because then a lot of the people that they were like blackballing off of Twitter. I thought there's a different word for that, but they were blackballing off of Twitter. Was for a lot of the same kind of shit. These whole like lefties and their.
What do you mean blackballing?
What's the word for the like what they were doing to the people on Twitter? Shadow banning. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh
Shadow banning.
yeah.
For like these same kind of things. Like if you spoke out against these kind of things, or
They'll shadow ban
against,
you. Yeah.
Like it's just crazy. It's funny because I saw a video. I was trying to find it this week of this girl who's getting reprimanded at work. She works at a restaurant, so like front facing restaurant, like a fast food place. And the manager's telling her to not use her phone while on the while on the floor. And then out of nowhere, she goes, "Oh, I can't do this. You're picking on me because I'm black." And I'm like, "No, you're holding your phone. You can't use it while on the floor."
She threw the race
She goes
card.
on a full tantrum and was like, "Oh, I cannot take this right now. I cannot work anymore for the rest of the day. I'm leaving." I'm like, I don't know how this person didn't just fire her right away.
Yeah, I don't know how the HR shit work, but that day I'm calling HR. Yo, I gotta talk to you real quick. I got a couple questions because I want to get this bitch the fuck out of here. But I just want to make sure y'all good because she on bullshit.
Just give me the green light to give it a boot.
That's the bad shit about
working
somewhere with a HR, like that whole process. Because there are good things to HR, because there are bosses that are fucked up. But in certain scenarios, it's like, bro, get out of here.
So we're gonna talk to your generation.
Tis.
Have they not learned how to
Your
work?
generation.
You like 20 minutes older than me, bro.
They not learned how to work. I don't know. I think like work ethic is gonna be interesting in the next decade. I feel like I sound like an old man.
Why do people keep saying that?
I want you to watch this. So listen to this, and then.
So we're here today to talk about a continued performance issue that's been happening at the store. Specifically, what we're going to talk about is wearing your earphones or AirPods repeatedly after several coaching conversations from the show.
Oh yeah, I haven't worn them, and we had one conversation about it.
Okay, so I have on March 2nd, March 7th, and March 8th, Shift Supervisor Layla.
So number one, why are you recording this meeting? If it's some form of, like if you're having a developmental conversation at work and you come in with your phone holding it and recording it, that kind of tells me how much attention you're paying to the words I'm saying if I was your manager.
I didn't realize. I thought the manager was recording this the whole time, and I was like, I was just wondering. I mean, maybe she's recording because they know like the employee a little wild or something. They just want to make sure they get everything recorded. Is this the employee recording? You deserve to get fired. I'm gonna keep it 100.
She just just puts the phone up in her face, pointing at her face.
Alton was wearing her AirPods, wireless earphones, while on the clock and working a shift on the floor.
Are you gonna give Ava and Tyler a write up? Have you given them a write up yet?
Now you dry snitching.
She went to snitching
like,
automatic.
Dry, you straight snitching. That's crazy.
Trying to put the flames away from her and put them on somewhere else.
6'9" head ass, you fucking rat.
So crazy. Is this the generation of participation trophies of like, if I didn't get one, none of us should be getting one?
What
kind of an approach?
Oh, okay. I guess not participate. I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's the same shit of like.
No, I think she's just straight up snitching. I don't think that's a participation thing. I think that's like a.
No, but I mean, does that come from that generation of growing up entitled to things just for being there?
It's like if I'm getting reprimanded for this, they should too, because they were doing it. They were also doing it.
Because I remember when I was a kid, even if I tried doing that shit with my mom, and I was like, "Oh, my sister was doing it too," then I would get even in more trouble.
So like, take accountability for your stuff. Like, don't worry about the next person.
I do be mad a little bit. You see that? I'm not gonna lie. And that one, I need to grow a little bit more, because I do be mad if like you only say some shit to me. If like you was to get mad at both of us for being late, like bro, we came in the same car, so how the fuck you only mad at me?
But how do you know? But how do you know you only got mad to one person? Like, especially
because this is a hypothetical scenario. You didn't actually say this.
No.
So to say that if you would have actually if you would have said something to me like, "Yo, why the fuck you always late?"
No, but I'm saying that like in this scenario, let's go with the video. If you're getting pulled aside and having a conversation, how do you know the other people are not getting private conversations too?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is a sticky situation because there are times where there is favoritism that comes into play, and one person, because they have certain status with the leadership or whatever, they can get away with more things than
Yeah.
you would. And
Hate that shit.
so that's you know, that does happen. That does exist.
Then be better.
But I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying is you have to learn that that's human dynamics. Like it's
Yeah.
humans managing and dealing with humans. So there will be favoritism. There'll be people that will like others better than you. You will like people better than others.
Right.
So understand that that comes with the nature of it. So it's like you can either dwell on it or you can find things
Find
either
another
to
job.
excel, find another job if it's really that big of an issue.
Yeah.
I think the cool shit with a job, as opposed to like just regular relationships or whatever, that at least with a job, if you can bring value, even if a motherfucker don't like you, but you bring in value, it's very hard that they won't like it's very hard that they're gonna push you down or whatever. Like if you bring in actual value and you're worth something, they're gonna.
You know what this is, and I haven't even seen the rest of the video. This is the case of I used to get in trouble in school, and I used to bring my mom to yell at the teacher, kind of a mentality.
Oh, I hate
Like
I
that's
like that. Yeah,
this
I like
being
that.
represented like in a perfect scenario. And I feel like in big corporations now you have HR that plays that role of you have a manager and the manager's hands are tied that they can even really manage you because you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to HR. So they're like approaching you and tippy-toeing around a conversation. Even this lady, I can see that she's like being very cautious about having this conversation with this person who sounds very young too. So it doesn't sound like it's a top tier position. It sounds like some kind of entry level position. And even in that instance, the manager is the one that's like tiptoeing around the conversation, almost as if she is afraid of what would happen if she tells this person the truth or offends them or says any word like earlier, misgenders them or whatever the case might be.
Call me Kai.
We'll deal with because they've been doing it way before me.
Okay.
So
Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
I'm not throwing them under the bus. It's just that Tyler's been doing it since over a year ago.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. We'll look into it and we'll take action from there. I would like to just have a respectful conversation about what happened with you.
I don't want to answer anything. I'm
not asking any questions.
Okay, well, I'm just not going to say anything or sign anything.
Yo, it's not a police interrogation.
Right.
I think you're using the wrong laws in this one. It's your job, dude.
She said, I'm not asking any questions.
You're not getting arrested.
Snitch and then don't want to answer no questions. Like that's not that even she got it all fucked up. She's in a she don't know where she at right now.
She's just under pressure right now. That anxiety is kicking in. Yo.
Anything without a lawyer. Okay. I'm very, 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 very appalled that you're attacking me again.
She hasn't asked you to sign anything. She hasn't even told you anything. She's just letting you know, hey, I want to have a conversation about you using your phone.
Yeah.
That's it.
AirPods.
You know what I mean?
Make it matter worse. Like you're bringing it to the place where you're trying not to go. But
no, like right now, I'll be honest. You can see the manager's more afraid than her. She's being very respectful, and she's like, all right, you snitching. Thank you for letting me know.
But we're having
right
a conversation about you.
I want to have a conversation about you. Like, I'm going to address whatever you just told me, but they're not here right now, so I have to talk to you. And she still doesn't get it.
That you're attacking me again because of my race, obviously, because you haven't...
Wait.
Because of my race.
I'm black, and it's really, really sad that you guys are doing this to me. And it's sad that, like... I mean, like, you guys don't care about us. You guys are cool.
He said without a lawyer. I'm not going to say anything or sign anything without a lawyer.
I'm not going to lie. The hiring manager, they got to have a conversation with her after this. Like, yo, how the fuck did you hire this girl? I think you could see the signs on some people. Maybe I'm fucked up.
Bro, I'll be honest. Like, I remember from my years at Apple, there were people that made it, and Apple went through a lot of interviews. Like and it's been like over 10 years since I was there. But you will go through like 6 or 7 interviews before you got a job. But every now and then you will get people that are like, fuck, how did you make it through? And to fire those people, it was painful. Because it's like you got to get written up a certain amount of times. You got to be put in a development plan. You got to report it to HR. You got to do X, Y, Z. You got to do this and that. And that was back in like 2010, 2011, 2012. I can only imagine now. Like with all the new rules and everything else that they have, like it's probably crazy.
Anything without a lawyer. Okay. And I'm very, 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 very appalled that you're attacking me again because of my race, obviously, because you haven't. This is all because I'm black, and it's really, really sad that you guys are doing this to me, and it's sad that you guys don't care about us. You guys are cold-hearted, and it really hurts. And I don't want to sign anything, and I heard what you said, so I don't know why we have to talk about this when I know what the conversation will be about, and I understand what you're saying, and I'm not going to wear AirCon. And I did that twice, and we had one conversation. I took it off and didn't think I was going to get written up for that after so many other people wear them since the store started.
Parents, this is what you get when you don't let your kids have accountability for what they do, and when you don't let them bump and you're trying to catch them every time they're running into a little hole or something. I think this is the result of that. Of somebody who got babied all the way through being an adult. I don't know if you can consider this an adult. But literally, you have somebody who sounds like is at least, I'm going to assume 18, 19, maybe even older, acting like a child. Like the conversation she's having should be the conversation of like a 7-year-old complaining and saying a little tantrum because I don't like the fact that you're telling me not to wear fucking headphones. Like I would have thought that you got caught stealing or something, and you're putting an accusation and saying that I'm taking all the coffee home and I'm not signing anything that says that I'm committing a crime
or leaking the recipes.
All I'm saying is, while you have clients and customers in front of you, and you're in an area where you can be seen by customers, don't wear freaking headphones. And she's having this kind of reaction.
She's having a meltdown.
I'm so sorry that you feel that way.
No, you're not sorry that
that's not our intention, and that's definitely not my intention.
I can't talk to you guys. I can't work the rest of today. I need to go home.
Okay.
I gotta go home now. Okay. I can't work today.
You can do that.
Okay, I can't work today. I can't.
Sorry.
Why are you discriminating me? I don't understand what I did wrong to you.
Why is she screaming at me?
Why are you terminating me?
Why you're discriminating?
Oh, discriminating me.
Not terminating. The lady has barely said any words.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, wait, because she know what's coming, so she's trying to cry her way out of it. She's trying to do all this thing to get all these shits to get out of it. Like that's what it seemed like to me. That's why I thought she said terminating. Damn.
No, she's saying all the words herself.
It's all because I'm black. I don't understand. Like,
this is just because
you
were wearing your AirPods and didn't take them out, and then continued to wear them on different days.
No,
after
different days.
Conversations with your store manager.
No,
you continued to wear them on 3.2, 3.7, and 3.8.
No,
which poses a safety risk. It's a food safety risk.
Oh, so she's been told this 3 times already.
Yeah, that's what they said. You've been written up. She's already.
Where's Tyler's right up before mine? Why is my right up before Tyler's?
We will address those things.
No, why is mine before Tyler's? It's because I'm black. You're not giving Tyler's. You've talked to Tyler about this many, many times. Now they're on a LOA. So this is attack. This is discrimination, and I can't talk from now on. I need a lawyer. I need a lawyer right now.
This has nothing to do with that.
I need to call my mom right now.
Oh, there it goes.
I need to call my mom.
Damn, what is she right? What is she really being discriminated against? And we just shit on her for like 20 minutes.
Honestly, if you're acting this way, you get to be shit on. Like honestly, like if you really think you're being discriminated against, waiting until this point to either complain or go to HR because she's working for Starbucks, so there's a massive HR department, or actually getting a lawyer, putting in a lawsuit for discrimination. If you get to this point, then it's too late. Like, if you already had 3 different conversations, then why wait until the point where you're like, yo, you keep doing what we told you you're not supposed to be doing, and now we're going to take action.
Right.
You get what I mean? But, like, if you think you're really being discriminated against, you could have taken action on the first conversation, second conversation, third conversation. She got written up 3 times.
She just chose not to listen. That's what it sounds like. But it's crazy. Pete, what she said at the end, I need to call my mom.
And honestly, if I think I'm being discriminated against, I'm like, yeah, fire me. Like, I want you to fire me.
Right.
Because then I have a case. Because then it's up to me to prove, I was fired because of my race.
If you didn't have no write-ups and you were still getting fired.
Like if I'm getting fired and I can prove it was because of my race, I need you to fire me.
Not only
you know
that,
what I mean? Because if I quit, then I left on my own accord. Yeah. But if you fire me and I can prove somehow that it was because you were discriminating against me, that's a whole different scenario. But I think doing this kind of recording, like this person that was there, you made the manager look better. You made her look good because at that point she was being respectful. Maybe she was an asshole or whatever. Anybody else who might have had a conversation. But this lady, you can see she was doing everything by the book, and she was like, I'm going to be very tactful in the way that I'm going to handle whatever this situation is.
Right.
Yeah, so we're gonna get back to doing some more long form stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to listenership, Apple, Spotify. If you on Spotify, you also be able to view it as well.
Yep.
Which I kind of I kind of recommend it. I think the watching it would be a little better. But you know what I'm saying, shout out to Audio Game. And the Audio Game, they've been holding me down for 3 years, about to be 4 years. Yeah, I'm hyped to get back on the Audio Game, man. I appreciate y'all always showing love.
Yeah, shouts out to y'all for real.
So yeah, please hit the like, comment, and subscribe. This is Never Famous.